Hello everybody, it's Anthony from Cutting Edge Guitar here, coming to you today with another quick tip lesson. This is the third quick tip lesson I'm doing, all about practical ways of learning scales on the guitar neck. So far we've looked at positional concepts, which are basically learning scales in caged forms or 3 notes per string. And I've also talked to you all about how you should practice things like the different modes of the major scale, for example, all from one root note in position, so you can see your intervals changing and hear the changes that way and everything as well. Playing them along the length of a string. We did that in the last quick tip lesson, so the changes from Ionian mode, for example, into the Dorian mode, so you can see the flat 3 and the flat 7 as well. All those kind of things. Now, that's all very good, being able to play lines along the length of a string, or positional concepts when you're playing lead guitar and melodies. That's really good, but the end game for all of this stuff is to be able to use the whole fretboard, just to be able to play wherever you want on the guitar neck at any one time. So what you now need to start doing is combining those different areas of the neck. So combine bits of positional playing with linear concepts. Okay, so if I stay in my A major scale, A Ionian mode, what I mean by that is if I was playing some notes around the lower end of the fretboard, okay, so I'm in position 6 of the scale right now using this area of the fretboard, rather than just traversing the neck by going across and being stuck with this, or going all the way across and now thinking, okay, now I can go along the length of a string. Actually, what you want to be able to do is combine these things so that you can kind of go in and out of the whole guitar neck at will, okay? So the first way of doing that is to start coming up with some scale forms that start in a low position and end up in a high position, or vice versa, okay? So if I was to do something like this, what I've done there is I've started on the F sharp, the 6th note of A major, and what I'm going to do is, as I go up a couple of strings, I'm then using a slide or a position shift to go into a new area of the neck. And you can carry that on as far up the neck as you want, and you can come back doing that sort of thing as well. What I did on the way down, I didn't really use a specific pattern. Like if I was staying really disciplined, you would want to go like this. But obviously when you're improvising, you generally want to be able to just go anywhere you want, and I tend to find that, you know, with different legato or picking patterns that you might use, whatever techniques it is that you're into, going back and forward between positions gives you more mileage out of the fretboard, gives you that really rolling feeling that you get from great lead guitar players like Joe Satriani and people like that. And it's just a fun way to be able to play, so you don't feel boxed in. I mean, how many tutorials are there like that on YouTube? Break out of the boxes, or, you know, I get inquiries about this. I'm sure many other guitar teachers do as well. How do I get out of using this box 1 minor pentatonic? Well, to be quite honest, you can play the pentatonic scale in the same way. I know I'm talking about modes of the major scale and things like that, but who says you have to stay in position 1 of A minor pentatonic and then exhaust all of your licks here before then going, okay, now I'll maybe move up to position 2. And be stuck around that area? You don't need to do that. You could start doing things like this. So everything I've used there is in A minor pentatonic. If I just rock up the tone a little bit, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play some licks, or just improvise generally around that sort of idea, see what comes out. I think generally speaking, everything I did there was in minor pentatonic. I might have just quickly stepped out and gone into something that was a bit more modal, but generally speaking, I was thinking about the minor pentatonic shapes. So how I'm doing that is I'm kind of thinking, right, here's position 5, I'm sliding up to position 1, here's position 2, 3, into 4, into 5, 1, and you can come back down. 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So now you're starting to use all of the fretboard that's available to you by linking those shapes, and I'm not playing up and down or along strings, I'm going in and out of positions, okay? So if I was going to do the same thing in modal scales, let's say I'm going to do a classic rock style thing. Imagine I was playing over this kind of vamp. So if I'm playing over that sort of thing, I might want to use a Dorian as my soloing tool. So if I was to come up with a fingering that I like in a Dorian, I might use something like this. So generally speaking, how I'm thinking of that, I'm saying, okay, here's position 6 of the scale. Here's position 7 of the scale. Here's position 1 of the scale. Here's position 2 of the scale. Position 3. Position 4. So I could play that in a really disciplined approach and do it all with slides. Or if I start adding some kind of modern rock style legato patterns, these kind of things. You know, and just start moving that around the shape, so I'm going to end up with this sort of thing. Obviously, if you're not the sort of person who's into modern rock and technical fusion-y type guitar styles or whatever, you can play those kind of things as well. Still, if I leave my distortion on, you can play those kind of things much slower. You don't have to do widdly diddly, you know, all that sort of thing. You can. And the fretboard is still opened up to you, and obviously you can do that back down as well. So again, I've just basically thought about those different 3 notes per string areas of the fretboard, and I'm just combining them together by sliding into a different. And there you go. So by connecting them together and throwing in your favourite alternate picking, legato, whatever it is, technique patterns, or if you're more of a phrasing kind of melodic player, you know, you just slow down, don't play loads of notes, just go to the ones that you think of. You might just think, okay, I can see these connected fretboard areas, but what I want to do is I want to pick out different intervals. So if I'm playing over A minor 11, A minor 7 sound, and I want to hear those Dorian tonalities that we were talking about with a bit of distortion on, whatever, you might think, okay, I want to be targeting that 6th. So you might use this vehicle to hit your 6th and focus on it. Maybe the 9th, very characteristic Dorian sound. So I've put emphasis on the 6th, the F sharp, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've put that emphasis on that as I'm going through these connected fretboard areas. I'll do that one more time so you can hear it. So then that's how you can play with these kind of devices a bit more melodically rather than just tearing up the fretboard and playing the shreddier stuff. Okay guys, that's today's quick tip. I hope you've enjoyed the lesson. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell icon so that you get a notification every time I do a lesson. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care.